Well, as you may know, the primary election is coming up much sooner this year here in our state. It is March 3rd, right? And we got a couple guests on today talking about this. Well, we have, of course, Supervisor Lisa Bartlett, but we also have from the Register our voters here in Orange County, Neil Kelly. Neil has been on in the past. He's also been on a couple other of shows that we do. But today we really want to talk about the new system that's being implemented. And you have both talked about this before, but we're right on the cusp of that right now. So welcome.
Thank you. It's
nice
great
to have you here today.
Great to be back again, and it's really timely to have our Registrar of Voters, Neil Kelly, with us today because the March 3rd primary, the election is going to be a bit different relative to the equipment. And we're very excited to have the 188 vote centers around the county. We have 24 within a 5-mile radius of Laguna Woods, and our closest location will be right here at Laguna Woods City Hall.
Okay, and really one of the main differences, if I have this correct, that it's no longer precincts. It's you could go to any vote center you wanted to. Am I correct?
That's one of the beauties of this. That's right. You still have precincts on the back end to deal with the reporting side. But that's the convenience of this, is that if you're in Anaheim for the day and you want to vote there, you can stop in a vote center and cast your ballot.
Okay. Since they're doing it this way, do you need to bring anything with you? How do they know? Because in the past, maybe you're still doing this. You go into your local precinct and you bring the little the form or the letter
voter
that
guide,
you got.
right?
Yeah.
So you can still do that. So the voter guide is a good thing to bring because it has all of the contests and the candidates inside of it. And on the back of that, we have a barcode, and we can scan that in and electronically check folks in very quickly off of that if they bring it. So it's a good thing to bring, but they don't have to do that if they don't want to.
Okay, so Supervisor, how would they find out you are you? Because I know, didn't you say you tested this system out?
Well, I tested it at the county, and then over the weekend I was in Los Angeles County, and I was able to test their system.
Okay.
But what's great about it is you can vote at any vote center, and you'll have more days to vote than just the one day of the primary. So you'll have 10 days. Some of the counties have 11 days, and we'll have extended hours on at least 4 of the days. So you go up to the vote center, provide your information. And what's great about this system in Orange County, it's a real-time based system. So when you talk about really rooting out fraud, if you go to register to vote, for instance, in Anaheim, and then you try to go and register in Orange, you're already captured in the system from Anaheim. So we're not going to allow duplicate entries. We eliminate completely the provisional ballots. So we have a completely different process with our new methodology and new equipment.
All right. Now, what about, last time you were on, you talked about the mail-in ballots. And from what I got from it, that everybody will be sent a mail ballot.
So that's the
Am I
difference
correct?
as well. That's right. So February 3rd, we're going to start mailing out mail ballots, and everyone will get one of those and have the option to vote at home, is the way I'm kind of talking about it now.
Yeah.
And it's a little more convenient because individuals who may have not requested a ballot before now have that option as well. So if they don't want to go fight the traffic or go find a location to vote, it's really simple to cast that ballot. No postage is required. Or we have secure drop boxes. One will be located here at City Hall in Laguna Woods where they can deposit that ballot.
Okay. One of the questions I have, and this has kind of always been this way because some folks would opt for a mail-in ballot. You used to have to opt in for that.
Right.
They get the ballot, and what prevents somebody from filling out that, mailing it in, then walking into one of these vote centers the next day?
So that's also a part of what the supervisor was talking about. This real-time process really helps prevent that kind of fraud. Once that mail ballot is cast, it's captured in the system, and we can see instantly if that ballot has been cast and not allow someone to vote. Now, here's the thing. If someone were to drop it in a mailbox and then walk right into a vote center, they could still vote. That's correct. It would be first in, and then when that mail ballot hits our facility, it's automatically voided.
Okay. All right. That's good to know. So as far as the mail-in ballots goes, all registered voters are going to get these.
Correct.
And that way, they don't have to opt in like we used to do. What about folks who have not registered yet? Is there still time for them to do that?
So they can do that. Technically, registration closes on February 18th. That's for reporting purposes. But now in California, you have same-day registration. which means you can register all the way through and up to Election Day.
Oh, wow.
So you no longer have to be pre-registered before the close of registration.
And I see here, Supervisor, this is part of the Voters' Choice Act that was passed.
In 2016.
Yeah.
Yes.
Are we the only state that's doing this? Have other states adopted this? I'm just curious about that. Is California one of the first to kind of go to this easier system?
So west of the Mississippi, there have been several states that have adopted this. Colorado, New Mexico, Washington, Oregon, similar types of systems. And California is a little bit behind the eight ball on that, on that side.
Wow.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And, you know, it seems like something that maybe should have come about many years ago, because it's always been, I wouldn't say really hard, but the point is you had one day to vote unless you did the mail-in. And everybody trying to do it at once, it's just going to make things, I think, so much smoother.
Absolutely, and you know, remember the days of long lines at the precincts?
Oh, yes.
Before you go to work, long lines, after work, long lines, and this, utilizing technology has been just a wonder, and I think people are going to really enjoy using the mail-in ballot system and going to the vote centers. The vote centers open on February the 22nd.
Okay.
And we make it really convenient. And by using technology, we were able to really root out any fraud and make the process for voting so much more convenient for our 1.6 million registered voters in the county.
Now, since you've tried it out, I know up in LA County, and are they similar to what they used to be, the big touch screens, as far as the vote centers go?
You have the touch screens, yes, and you've got the paper ballot that you scan in.
Okay, so that part hasn't changed too much. It's more the ease of doing it.
Right, and the new system that the board approved several months ago is also much more intuitive for voters to use. We do now have a paper-based style system if they want a paper ballot, or they can do that touchscreen as well, like she said.
Now, being that these centers are open, would you say 10 days?
They'll be open 11 days if you include Election Day, yeah.
A lot of volunteers are probably needed. I mean, 1 day versus 10 days.
So we've moved off a volunteer program, and we're now in a seasonal program for employees.
Okay.
So we're bringing these individuals on. And the reason for that is we need to keep them on board for more than 11 days. You have about a week's worth of training, and then you have 11 days. So you used to volunteer for 1 day. Now this will be a 3-week opportunity.
Okay, so they're kind of like temporary jobs for a while.
Yes, correct.
All right, and you've got enough people doing that so far?
We are still recruiting. I'm happy to report over the weekend we had 400 applications. We sent out a large email blast to voters, and so we're getting lots of applications.
And so if people want to volunteer here, there's still time if they want to do this?
Absolutely. If they want to.
Or not volunteer, I guess the word is have a short-term job.
If they want to have a short-term job, ocvote.com/jobs, and we have it posted there.
All right, so we have the website on the screen, and again, just go to the jobs part. I just find this really neat. It's something that's finally coming of age, in a sense. It's the way we've been voting for years. It's just, we moved to touch screens, but in a sense, it was like archaic.
Our old process was very antiquated, and we also had old equipment.
Yeah.
We were really at the end of the useful life on our old voting equipment, so by having the new equipment, new technology, we're moving out of the Stone Age and into the 21st century.
Right, and we do have a photo here of the mail-in ballot, so if people receive that, they know what to look for. I think we have it right there, and or actually the information about it. But when you send this in, just like you did before, you got to sign it and all that, and people should know nobody's looking at that, your personal information or anything like that. But like anything, you have to sign the back of it and put your address and that sort of thing.
Correct.
Right? That part has not changed.
That's not changed.
Okay. Yep. Again, when should people expect the mail and ballots to arrive?
They're going to start hitting their mailboxes right after February 3rd.
Okay. Wow. Very good.
It's a few weeks.
Yeah. Well, this is fantastic, and I think this is just, going to make things so much easier for folks. And
I agree.
It's needed. Anything else you'd like to add going on with the 5th District?
Well, we're just off to a busy year. We have a lot of projects in play, both at the county and through OCTA, major improvements on the I-5 corridor here in South County.
Yeah, and that's been a process over several years. Different sections are done and eventually going to move their way up here once they figure that out. And I know they're still looking on it. We've had folks on from there, and we've talked about that. So we'll know more as they move along.
Yes, significant improvements along the I-5 So enhancing regional mobility and public safety
Yeah.
over the next 3 or 4 years.
And I always like to ask you about Dana Point because I know that's close to your heart.
Yes, the Dana Point Harbor project is moving along quickly. We should have the parking structure, the construction commencing in short order in a couple months. So we're very excited about really moving forward in earnest on that project.
Yeah, that's going to be fun to watch. And the renderings of that, it just looks beautiful when that's all done. Have you seen those?
I've seen the
I
renderings.
know,
They look great.
pretty nice, huh?
Yeah.
Thank you both for coming on. Always good to see you,
You as
Lisa.
well.
And Neil, always good to see you too.
Thank you.
And folks, look for those ballots in the mail. And it's going to be a lot easier to vote this year. So make sure you do. We'll be right back.